This is Dan Diggs here reporting for Press for Truth. It's a sad and dark day for Americans. They have just suffered a horrific school shooting in Texas that has left 21 people dead, 19 of them being young children in a 4th grade class. Some of the things that we're going to talk about today might make you uncomfortable. It might even make you angry. But unless we keep our emotions in check while analyzing this catalyzing event, those who seek order out of chaos will use this opportunity to achieve their goals of gaining more control over us. Now, in this particular video, I'm not going to be showing any footage of what happened. That's all available on the internet, and you can go do your own research and check it out for yourself, and I would strongly encourage you to do so. And I'm not going to embolden anyone on any side of this by showing images of the shooter. I'm pretty positive the mainstream media is going to be all over that. What I am going to do, however, is talk about some of the facts the mainstream media is not talking about, so that you can have a better understanding of what happened yesterday and, more importantly, what's at stake. The alleged shooter is 18-year-old Salvador Ramos, and in order to understand who he was, we first need to look to his friends and his family. With no father figure in his life, Salvador would often fight with his mother to the point of it escalating to the police being called by their neighbors because of the loud shouting matches. The teenager would start living at his grandmother's house instead, which he was also known to argue with. His grandfather, who's a convicted felon, claimed that he tried to be a father figure to the boy, but that clearly didn't happen. Salvador grew up with his 2 sisters and his drug-addicted mom, who was facing eviction from the grandmother who owned the house. He was bullied quite bad as a child by the other kids because he had a stutter and a lisp, and he would even self-mutilate himself, cutting his face because he claimed he thought the scars looked cool. He once uploaded a picture of himself wearing eyeliner makeup, which led to a number of the kids calling him a number of gay slurs. And photos are circulating online that appear to show the shooter cross-dressing, but these photos are fake. They originated on 4chan, a website that's known for trolling people, and a Redditor even chimed in and said, "That's me in the picture, not the shooter." His friends say he became increasingly more troubled in his late teens, spending a lot of time playing Call of Duty and starting to wear all black clothes with military boots. One friend who wanted to join the Marines said that he had to cut off Ramos because he told him that he was only joining the forces because he wanted to kill people. The bio on his TikTok page chillingly reads, "Kids be scared in real life." And a local claimed that he would ride around at nighttime with a friend shooting a BB gun at random passerbyers. So this is clearly a very troubled individual who comes from a very broken home, and this should not go overlooked. What about the questions of if he's ever been on SSRI drugs, or if he's ever had prior contact with the FBI? Because time and time again, that almost always turns out to be the case. On May 22nd, he purchased 2 rifles just 2 days before the massacre, and just 6 days after his 18th birthday. On the morning of the shooting, he got into an argument with his grandmother about a cell phone bill. Not long later, he shot her in the forehead. Thankfully, she's recovering and is expected to survive. After that, he allegedly drove a truck and crashed it, which might explain why his grandfather said that he doesn't even have a driver's license and doesn't even know how to drive. And he ended up at the elementary school where his grandmother once worked right up until 2020. He can then be seen on video entering the school, while the audio in the video appears to show that there are multiple gunshots going off while he's entering the building. The shooter then allegedly barricaded himself in a 4th grade classroom where he killed 2 teachers and 19 students. Earlier reports from police claimed that the shooter had been arrested, but it had later been confirmed that he was in fact dead. And just so you know, guys, links to all of the sources for all of the things that I'm talking about in this video are located in the description below, and I would strongly encourage you to do your own follow-up research. A mobile morgue arrived on the scene, and before the bodies were even cold, a number of people were already using this event to confirm their own political bias. Politicians like Hillary Clinton, for example, are already politicizing this and making it all about gun control and the use of automatic weapons in the hands of civilians. And many are going to argue that the Second Amendment was enacted long before they could have perceived the use of these fully automatic weapons, and so therefore these weapons shouldn't be included. What they're forgetting is the whole point of the Second Amendment was to protect oneself against governmental oppression. And when the police and the military can arm themselves with these types of weapons, the citizens should be able to arm themselves and match fire with fire to be able to protect themselves as well. And it has been revealed that the school district where this shooting took place was a part of an AI program that was supposed to root out threats by monitoring online social activity. And the shooter had plenty of that. He had photos of his guns, photos of himself with the ammo, and conversations he was having online with warnings of what was to come. So all of the surveillance and the biometric technology and the increasings of the police states that we're seeing growing everywhere has nothing to do with protecting you, but it clearly has everything to do with protecting themselves from us. Because when people realize that what we're dealing with here is a mental health issue and not a gun issue, and they still come and try to take their guns, they'll learn who the real enemy is, and they'll rise up against the state who creates and molds and emboldens these enemies of humanity. And once that happens, that's when this whole system is going to come crashing down, and that's the real truth of what the powers that ought not to be fear the most. So as more of the facts continue to come in, I will continue to keep you updated, but I want to remind you that no matter what side of the political spectrum you are on, we cannot allow governments to continuously strip away our rights based off of events like these time and time again. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and please share this video far and wide with the people who you think need to see it the most. And if you appreciate my efforts to sift through all the propaganda to bring you this information, please don't forget to check out the links in the description to where you can find me at pressfortruth.ca/donate. So that's all for today, my friends. I want to thank you once again for tuning in. Don't forget to click that thumbs up button, share this video, and stay tuned. We're going to have more video reports coming soon. This is Dan Dix reporting for Press for Truth. We all want truth. The truth will set you free.